So you're going to unpack chapter 3 with me tonight and of my book. So someone actually asked me, what's the point of doing these videos or going live when you should just tell us when your book is going to be ready for pre-order so we could just support you or just buy it. And I'm like, I do appreciate the direct approach. I honestly do. But I always like to do things a little bit differently. And when you look at social media, you don't really see people that you actually know, that you can text, DM, right? That currently writing a book that gives you the behind the scenes of their thought process while they're on this journey. And anything that I do, I like to provide an experience or let it be a little bit different. So these videos act as a method. So when you actually have the physical copy, I do recommend the physical or the digital copy, you can always have these videos to be like, okay, that's where her thought process was. That's why she did that. That's what she meant. So just to give you that clarity. So chapter 3 tonight, it is self-investment. And if you look throughout my Instagram, if you look throughout my stories, I talk heavily about just investing in yourself, treating yourself like a business, and really just getting that return on investment for you. You only have one life, one body, and that's non-negotiable. You got to treat your body well, right? Treat your mind, body, and soul very, very well. If you're unable to do so, then you can't expect someone else to do so for you. So with some of the things that I talked about in chapter 3 was getting a coach or a personal trainer to help me on this journey. And I believe in whatever industry that you're going to go into, whether that's fitness, wellness, financial, anything, always get someone in that area of expertise to assist you on this journey. If you then feel like that you're able to grasp the concept and you don't need anyone anymore and additional support, that's definitely fine. I still have personal trainers because I know that I need to push past my limits. And your girl, I go to the gym on my own, but I don't push myself as much, right? There's things that I want to be able to do and achieve new goals and set new limits for myself. And one of the things I talked about the other day was being able to do some pull-ups on my own. Before then, your girl could not even do one, okay? Much less anything else. And I was a swimmer. So that's just some of the things that I talk about, is definitely having a personal trainer or a coach to help you, or, push start for sure. Because gym anxiety and performance anxiety was a big thing for me. I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't know what I was doing. And yes, you have social media, you have all your influencers, you have videos on YouTube, but I wanted a real life human to walk me through the process, to make me feel comfortable. So it's always about your comfortability and your resources. And that's something that I was able to tap into. At that point in time, I was in grad school working 2 jobs. And why? Because I don't know how to not work. Maybe I just need to chill. But working in grad school, and these were night shifts and everything else, right? And I said to myself, okay, Francine, let's be realistic. You're not gonna have time to do all this extra research because you're focusing on work and you're focusing on school. So you have to invest in a trainer. And I still have my trainer or trainers to this day. And the next thing that I had to do, because gym anxiety and performance anxiety was a thing for me back then when I started this process, remember it's back then, right? Was showing up to the gym or showing up to my training sessions just not feeling comfortable because I didn't like how I look physically. When you look in the mirror, you should always feel confident, but a confident young woman that everybody else would see, when I looked in the mirror, that's not what I saw, right? So you go through those phases of like anxiety and depression and self-doubt, and you're not feeling pretty and different things like that. And I was just like, okay, I'm going to invest in athleisure wear. I'm going to invest in footwear. I'm going to invest in when I show up for myself at training sessions or at the gym, I'm going to look my best, even though I don't feel my best internally. And that does such a big boost to you, because when you walk in and your fit is right, listen, and you smell good, no one tell you anything. No one at all, right? So those were some of the things that I talked about in chapter 3 with that thought process. Another thing too as well is investing in a watch that helps you to track your steps, track your calories. There's various ways of how you can invest in yourself, and I talked heavily about that. And this book is actually, I call it a therapeutic interplay, because what I want people to do is actually, when they have the book, is to go through it and mark it up and utilize it as a workbook as well, because I do provide additional sections where I ask you questions. I want you to feel challenged. What's the point of reading something if you're not going to feel inspired or motivated to actually change and adapt some of the principles, right? And those are some of the things that I talked about in chapter 4. This is not going to be too long, but I like doing these because you really get to see or hear the behind the scenes of the thought process and get to put the voice with the face and everything else. But chapter 3, I live for it, and it's just investing in yourself overall. It's so worth it. Listen, so worth it. Enjoy.